this is a bad game? I thought it was pretty decent. To be fair, and to avoid the incoming comments, I understand completely why this is considered the worst Rainbow Six game in the lineup. I don't count Siege, by the way. For me, they just put Rainbow Six in the title to avoid having to come up with a new name. If you don't know, Rainbow Six is a series of novels written by Tom Clancy. It's about this elite counter-terrorism unit going around and, bringing justice to the world. Well, whatever. And as you probably already deduced, these books spawned a bunch of games. Just like Splinter Cell, Hawks, Ghost Recon, you get the point. Most Rainbow Six games were made by Red Storm Entertainment, but the later ones were made by various Ubisoft branches. Every Tom Clancy game, though, is published under the main Ubisoft brand. Growing up, I never played the Rainbow Six games. My kids self only liked shooters that were quick and didn't require a degree in close quarters tactics to play. It wasn't until my college years, when Matt had me play Vegas 2, that I started to get into the series. Since then, I played all the games on PC. 3 happens to be my favorite, but this isn't about anything good. This is about the bad one, Lockdown. Because I didn't play Rainbow Six games as they came out, I was able to go into Lockdown without much expectation. If I was a die-hard Rainbow Six fan back in the day, then I might have had a much different opinion. Lockdown came out on consoles in 2005, and boy, is 2005 my favorite year of video games. I mean, just look at this. All these classics and so bad they're good titles. And I'm leaving a lot out because there's just too much to fit on one screen. However, PC didn't get locked down to February of 2006, and the funny part about this fact is that the first Vegas came out in November of the same year, totally blowing Lockdown out of the water. Anyway, the game is about the Global Liberation Front terrorist group getting their hands on a man-made virus and using it as a biological weapon. So you gotta go to country, mostly third world ones, killing GLF everywhere you go. The big problem with Lockdown is the gameplay. This game would mark the end of the traditional Rainbow Six experience. In previous games, such as 3, there was a sense of realism. You'd die in a few shots, so rushing around was not advised. It was hard and required patience and quick thinking. I'm going to sum up Lockdown in one clip. Just take a look at this.
Alpha 2, the bioweapon is in the next room. Alpha 2, there's a door on the far side of this courtyard at the end of a short alley. Wait, numerous tangos in. Tangos. Hostile down. Cover me! I'm wounded! Enemy killed! I'm wounded! Tango spotted. We have to get out of here!
The game is easy. Your teammates are dead paperweights. You can do the whole command thing, but why? When running solo works just fine. Like, look at this. I shoot up this room. Enter the next one to 2 guys with their backs turned to me. I swear the AI's reaction time is slower than a young child's. Probably my biggest gripe is the load screens. Some areas are super short and none of them are really large, so you're constantly running into them. There isn't much to explore any alt routes to take, so it's just go straight until you hit the load screen. Sometimes these screens take forever. Just like every other mainstream shooter at the time, everything is scripted. Play this game once and assuming you have a good memory, you can run through it without any surprises. To make it a little bit harder, the small maps are populated with camp spots. Literal Call of Duty multiplayer style camp spots. Usually when I die, it's due to a guy in a stupid, unforeseeable spot. But because it's scripted, you won't make that error twice. It has its gimmicks, like the motion detector visor thing that just refuses to work for me. You can customize your loadout. You play as Chavez, one of the characters in the books. Compared to 3, there isn't as much in terms of equipment, but there's a good number of weapons. I do like the shooting locks feature. You can also shoot the hinges to open doors. Sometimes, though, that isn't enough, and you need to use breaching charges. Makes a lot of sense. So after I pooped all over it, why do I call it decent? Maybe it's because I paid $1.50 for it at Goodwill, or maybe it's because I didn't anticipate this back in 2005, and I was told that this game was absolute garbage. I went in with low expectations, and I did rather enjoy the few hours I played to gather footage. Just like the previous titles, you get a briefing along with controlling what your squad mates can use. Terrorist Hunt, which made the series famous, is present in this game. So is it really a bad game? At the time, probably, but today I can appreciate their effort to make Rainbow Six accessible to a wider range of audiences. So here are some of the things that I enjoy. The unique grenade toss. Every game does grenade tossing differently, and I do like how they went for something a little unique. It's kind of excessive, don't you think? But hey, it allows for some cool throws. You never go into a mission with enough ammo, which I love because it makes an already easy game a little bit more hard. It uses the scroll wheel for door opening. This allows you to control the speed at which you open a door. Every game should have this. To be from 2005, it runs really, really well on my modern machine. Call of Cthulhu is from the same year, and it barely works on Windows 10. I had zero runtime issues with this game, and let me tell you, it's nice to be saying that for once. You wouldn't believe the amount of videos that got canceled because of runtime issues. The multiplayer might still work if you use a third-party software, but I didn't have 2 copies to try such a thing, so who knows. So yeah, Lockdown gets my stamp of meh approval. Not the worst, not the best. It can sit tightly on my shelf without fear of being thrown in the garbage. Like take Duke Nukem Forever for example, it's always living in terror just waiting for me to throw it in the trash can. I'm Elijah Moon Blackwell with CD-ROM Fossil, and this has been a quick look at Lockdown. I'm being honest when I say there isn't much more to cover. You run and shoot encountering some not so memorable moments. Pick it up only if it's around $1.50 at Goodwill like I paid for it. Make sure you check out our website, cdfossil.wordpress.com, as well as our other social media pages. All these links can be found in the description below. I really hope you enjoyed the video. In the meantime, make sure you play some good games. Stick around because in the next couple episodes, we talk about some amazing, unforgettable titles. Thank you so much for watching. Now I'm going to go play something else other than Lockdown.